Good YouTube, you already know this is your boy Triple N, part of the Unlucky Bros Incorporated. I'm here for a deck profile. This is my Gargantua Dragon deck profile, my G-Evo deck profile. This is a kind of a mixture of budget and not budget, because this card here was a lot of money to get 5 of, so let's go ahead and just get into it. Grade 2s, because I don't play grade 3s. The Buddy, Gargantua Dragon. DD Gargantua Dragon, what it does is if this card is in the soul of a Drag God, you can pay its call cost and call it out of the soul. And also it has G-Evo, which is the upgraded version of G-Evo, which allows you to call a Drag God from your hand over top of it during the battle phase. But since it's the upgraded version, when he swings, you're allowed to draw a card and then G-Evo. So play 4 of that. It has Penetrate, Soul Guard. You can do a lot of combos with the Penetrate and attacking a lot of units. Alright, so over there. 2 Gargantua Dragons. If you don't want to get the expensive one, you go run this. This could be your buddy. It's literally the same thing. The difference is it has double attack and it just has regular G-Evo, where still the same thing, you just don't draw a card. So if you don't want to, if you just play for fun, you don't want to go pricey, or just run this. But if you don't care, go for Deity Gargantua Dragon. 2 Sonic Mode. 2 Sonic Mode. It's a more defensive. You can use it to guard and stuff. It has move and soul guard. 10,000 defense. Its abilities when it gets called, it gains 2 life. But if you G-Evo, you get to draw 2 cards as well. So it's literally just a defense card. Since I'm running Deity Gargantua Dragon, I'm allowed to play other worlds. So this is Gargantua from the Darkness Dragon world. I think it's like Phantasm. I don't feel like reading it. It's like a Phantom. So Gargantua Phantom. What it does is when he's called, you can destroy a card. But if you G-Evo, you can destroy all cards on your opponent's field. And he has the move and penetrate, and he has Shadow Sneak. So you can attack your opponent directly if you don't happen to destroy everything on the field. 2 Tempest Mode. Tempest Mode is literally there for attack. When it's called, you get an additional crit for that turn, and if you G-Evo'd on his 3rd attack, his crit goes up 1 more. So at your last, so you'll be swinging for 3 twice, and then your last one you're swinging for 4. And it has penetrate as well. So if you have a certain card on the field, it can attack everything, and if your opponent has something in the middle, and that card stays in the middle, you can do a lot of damage. 2 Cyclone Mode. Cyclone Mode literally just, it can't be rested, and you can pop a card on your opponent's field. And if you G-Evo, you can pop another card. Well, you can pop a monster. That's the one thing about Cyclone Mode. It kind of sucks because you want to pop more, but you can pop a monster. It's great. It gets triple attack, and does it penetrate? No, it's triple attack, and it has move. But you literally just do it for the multi-swings and destroying of monsters. 2 Rage Mode. Rage Mode is only really good if you have filled up the drop zone with the Gargantua Dragons. It has quadruple attack when it's called, and if you G-Evo'd, if you have 3 or more, it can't be countered. No. If there's 3 or more, it gets an additional crit, and then if it has 5 or more, your opponent can't counter its attacks. 1 Return Mode. Return Mode is literally just a ditcher. It lets you take the top 3 cards of your deck and drop them, and then you can just grab a Deity Dragon from them, and then if you G-Evo'd into this, you get to just grab one of the other cards you drop. So it's literally just a free grab. It's like a free grab of 2 if you G-Evo'd into it. Gargantua Dragon Double Body Mode. What it does is it calls another Drag God from your hand, and the size becomes 0, so you can have more cards in the field. So usually you'll attack with your item, and then G-Evo, attack with your monster, G-Evo into this, and call another Drag God in your hand that you just want to just throw out for more attacks to try to finish out game. 1 Gargantua Legion Mode. I have more of this, and I was going to play 2, but 1 just seems fine. I only play 2 size 1s in this deck, so this card's not always live. You can get it later on in the game. So, because when you G-Evo, you could call 2 size 1 or less from your drop zone, call them, and they become size 0. So, it's great later if you don't have those cards, but you want to get them. So, you'll G-Evo into this, call them, and then try to use a card to G-Evo again so you can use their abilities. one of this just for the fun of it. It has more power, if anything. It's more power crit. It's counter attack, soul guard, double attack and move. It's literally there for power. If you call it, you could ditch a card and it'll get plus. I think it's like plus 10. But if you G-Evo and do it, instead of getting plus 10, you get plus 20 in attack and defense. Now onto our size ones. Play four of her. Agrigargura. What she does when you play her, you can ditch a card out of your hand and either search for Deity Gargantuan Dragon, which is the buddy, or an item. So she's always live, and then when she's on field, she gives your Gargantuan monsters the ability to attack everything, including the opponent. So when you have your Gargantuans have penetrate, this card literally lets you attack everything. So it's like you're dealing double the damage to your opponent if they don't negate your attack. So you always want to see her so you can get to your like stuff that you really need. I only run three of this. I forgot. It's like the protector or whatever. I only run three of this because what it does is when you G-Evo, you get to draw two cards. So I like to pair it with Sonic mode because when you G-Evo in the Sonic mode while this is on the field, you get to literally draw four cards, and that's always great to draw many cards you want because you run a lot of the G-Evos, so you want to try to see some of your other cards so you can have protection and stuff like that. But that's the rest of our monsters. On to our spells. I run 4 guard parry. It's literally just a negate attack, and you negate the attack, and then you draw a card. That's literally it. 4 guard scudda. If you have no cards on your center, you can negate the attack of a opponent, and then you grab a deity dragon from the drop zone. You get a deity dragon monster from the drop zone. I'm playing 3 Dragod Shine. Dragod Shine is pay a life. Either grab 2 deity dragons from your drop zone or search for an item. So it's not bad. You want to have your search, and sometimes you want to get some of those G-Evos from the drop so you could just G-Evo into them again or just grab something that you need. I play 3 Gargantua Switch Mode. Switch Mode is really great because it lets you G-Evo either during your opponent's turn or your turn, just if you need to get that extra push, because sometimes you want to G-Evo multiple times in a turn, and sometimes that's hard to do, so this card really will help you do that. So it's pay a gauge, G-Evo into something, pretty much it. It can also help because if your opponent targets your monster, you can G-Evo and just make them lose target. 2 blue dragon shields, just for like gauge. It's another like protect and like just literally to help you get gauge. It's just to stop an attack. 2 revenge. What it lets you do is you pay a gauge and you call a size 2 or less drag god from your drop zone without paying its call cost, which is really good because you could get Gargantua Dragon back. Let's say they destroyed your field on your turn or something like that. You could call Gargantua Dragon back, attack, and then G-Evo into something. So it's not. It's usually live if you really need it. 2 set spells. The 2 set spells is Evolution Spirit. When you G-Evo, it lets you gauge a card and gains you life. Also, it has it to where your opponent can't return your cards to hand by card effect. So that's all it really does. It's literally just to help you get gauge and gain life. That's it. Now on to our items. I only play 2 items. No, I played 3 items in turn, but this is the first 2. Combat Deity Gargantua Saber. It's the one you really want to equip into. It lets you pay a gauge and G-Evo a Drag God on your field with a Drag God in your hand. So it's really good, and you can also have that sided effect. Well, you side it to. Do you side it to do that, or you just pay the gauge? No, you just pay the gauge, and G-Evo something. It also has the ability to put that card into the soul, so it'll help you get soul. I only played a 2 because I didn't order a third one. I'm thinking about ordering a third one. If I do, I'll just take this out, which is Deity Dragon Sword Gargablade. Which Gargablade, what it does is it lets you, when you equip it, it lets you gauge and gain a life. I liked it in there just for the extra gauge, but if I end up getting another Gargablade, then I'll get rid of this and play the third. But that is my deity gargantuan dragon G-Evo deck. There are other cards I could get for it. I will probably get them, and I'll do an updated deck profile of it. But this is just for like a little fun build. The more expensive build, you would have to get the Star Dragon World versions and all that. But it's a really good deck. I've been playing it a little bit. It does what it is. It gets you multiple swings, and it can pop a lot of pop a lot of monsters on the field, and really push your point into zero. I don't play any impacts because I'm a guy who really don't care for impacts. I like them, but I really don't care. I'd rather just kill my opponent with multiple swings or any other means. But if anything, I'll get an impact. I'll let you guys know. But that's my Gargantuan Dragon deck. Hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments what you think I should get or change about the deck, and let me know if you guys decide to pick up some of these cards yourselves. But that's going to be the end of my turn. Peace.